GM fam. Hope you are doing all right. Happy Monday morning. What is today? Is today like October 16th? Hope you got your taxes in if you did your extension. That shit was due today, maybe. I don't know. GM guys, let's bring Turbo on up here. Got some big changes to the show today. We're coming at you a little bit earlier. Did not have the opportunity to get the 8 a.m. show rolling. That was my bad. So I have come to find out that, I didn't get the opportunity to come into the office yesterday, and that would have set me up for success this morning. But, hey, it is a process. We're learning how to get through it, and we'll have that shit squared away. So we'll be here tomorrow to do news and numbers starting at 8 a.m. Eastern. We'll roll through that and then, take a little break and then get into the show. And again, it's going to be a process. We'll nail it down this week. Looking forward to it. Got a lot of content going to be coming your way. So we got a lot of big changes, not just for the Web3 Breakfast Show, but, for the content I put out. And, we'll get Turbo and some other folks involved in that as well. So be on the lookout. Today's video going to be coming up at 5 p.m. That's going to be the time that the pre-records go out now. Moving forward, Monday through Saturday, I think are the dates for that, 5 p.m. Eastern. So today we are talking, the video is all about the future of finance, the future of money, and the integration of Web3. So, that includes obviously DeFi, NFTs on a bigger level than PFP, smart contracts, stuff like that. We'll get into some of the risks and future looking forward kind of stuff. So I'm definitely looking forward to bringing the content, stepping that shit up on a big level. So GM Turbocito.
Yo, what up, family?
In the Motor City. Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, man. Up in the Motor City. How you feeling?
Yeah, man, feeling good. Ready to get knock this little bit of workout. You know what I'm saying? And we building in Web3 for real. I'm out here with AI Love. You know what I'm saying? And just doing some work for his granny, man. It's awesome to be able to take our skills from IRL, make a relationship in the Web3. And then be able to have an impact on someone's life, man. I think it's super dope, man. This is the future.
Absolutely, man. And it's, it literally, these are the kind of things that, and the way that you say that is, it was really great. But, what I heard was, the value of the relationship, right? We talk about our four currencies, the time, the knowledge, the relationships, and the money. And, obviously, the more time that we put into this ecosystem, the more connections we make. And those are obviously the relationships, and relationships usually bring on opportunities. So shout out to AI Love. Shout out to the community, y'all. That's how you make it happen, baby. You and the captain make it happen.
Yo, that's it, man. And a lot of times, bro, people, they always talk about, man, I don't know what to do. I can't find a gig. There's something that everybody can do. I know we were in the space one day and they said that, and I made the comment about just showing up with whatever skills you have. Somebody had said well, that's not good enough. No, it is good enough. You know what I'm saying? Just get out there and do something that you love or that you're good at, and someone will pay you to do it for sure.
100%, man. Listen, when we were having that conversation, I'm with you. When we were having that conversation the other day, and I do get that it's not just about showing up. There was my stepdad used to say, showing up is like 80% of life or whatever. And, for some people that 80% is good enough. But, for some of us who strive for a little bit more or, demand a little bit more of themselves and maybe the people they surround themselves with, that 80% just isn't quite cutting it. So, you got to make sure that you do just a little bit more than show up. So I do understand that, but there is more to it. But at the end of the day, because this is such a fresh ecosystem, yeah, you get in where you fit in kind of thing. And I think, that's a great place to start. You don't have to, get in, as a CEO or as a founder right away. Much like how it worked for me, right? I just was a small time investor in a project. I really enjoyed, the community. They wanted to do a couple community contests and see, what the fan art was like. And then all of a sudden that, turned into shooting videos. And, fast forward 5 years later, I'm still doing this shit. So I think, you do have to put in more than, just showing up, but you got to get started somewhere. And so you find, these opportunities where maybe, your passion, gives you that opportunity, and now you can turn your passion into profit. That's something that that was one of our big messages over on the Meta Money channel, was turn your passion into profit. And you know, when we were doing a lot of the side hustle stuff, and I think we can't really get lost on that messaging, right? We have to make sure that, you know, if you are, you know, trying to mess around here in this Web3 ecosystem, you know, don't do something, you know, say you're like I don't know, how does this work? You've got a career in the regular world and you hate what you do. Every morning you get up and you, golly, I got to get up and go to this office. I got this asshole boss, and you know, I hate my coworkers and I hate what I do. Well, you got the opportunity to do something that you love and to make money doing it here with Web3, because we're just, you know, everything's being built right now. This is so new. So that's a long-winded way of saying, just jump in, man. Just, you know, sometimes the water may be cold, but if you dip your toe in, you start to feel it, and you might, you know, psych yourself out of it. But if you just fucking cannonball that shit, you'll be fine. So cannonball that shit.
Bro, I hate that feeling when you get in the pool and the cold water hits your body and it like sends those shivers, bro. I hate that feeling. Like it like gives me like anxiety thinking about getting into it. I don't know when this started or where it came from, but like definitely the cannonball is the way to go. Because if you just get in, you know, it's like not as bad. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of getting into, you were talking kind of about your beginnings. You know, like, dude, so many times I see people that, you know, they're like, I'm gonna do an NFT project. Like, oh yeah, like how long you been in the space? Like, I haven't even been in yet, man, but I got this idea and I'm gonna do this thing. And it's like, man, you know, you try to tell them like it's not what you think it's gonna be when you get in here. It's, you know, it's gonna be work, it's gonna be dedication, you know. And I think a lot of people, that might be one of the small problems in the space, is just how hyperinflated our expectations or like the abilities that we think we're gonna be able to have on people. I think that kind of becomes an issue in this space a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to think, and guys, just really quick, make sure, you know, if you want to be a part of the conversation, you know, this, even though we're starting an hour earlier, the show's not any different. This still is a show for the community, by the community. So if you want to be a part of it, raise your hand and we'll bring you on up. The rules haven't changed. No douchebags. So yeah, I forget what we were talking about. I had to make sure that we let everybody know that they're welcome to be a part of this conversation.
Yo, no worries. We're just talking about, you know, just things that we're doing in this space, man. I'm excited about this conversation about the future of money, though. You know, it's when I look at, you know, the regular dollar and the things that people say about crypto, it's like absolutely crazy. It's like, yo, you do realize it's basically the same thing, except for they have a paper form. Like, it's all imaginary. Like none of it's real. You know, like we all just agree that it works.
Yeah. There's magic internet money, and then there's paper money. All of it is backed by the same thing. Perceived value, right?
Trust.
Trust.
You trust that it's going to work.
That's, you know what? That's so funny. That's just like the internet and where we need to get with this Web3 and blockchain stuff. Like, you just have to trust that it's going to work. We going to get there? I hope so. Issues, GM.
Oh, we're definitely going to get there.
GM, guys, how you guys doing this morning, man?
You know, we're doing all right. It was a great weekend. How about you? Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, man, I had a great weekend, actually. You know, went out, rode the bike around with my son. You know, ate some pizza. You know, smoked a little weed. You know,
hey, there we go.
Bought some NFTs.
What'd you get?
You know what I mean?
What NFTs?
I got a D God and a tool head off of Cardano. So I got a D God. I scooped up a D God, and then I scooped up this tool head right here that I got off of Ada.
Nice. I want to get more into what's going on in Cardano. I know that we've got to be more, you know, multi-chain, and we have to, you know, bridge some of these connections a little bit more. That's something, you know, obviously with the new show set up. I didn't get the chance to, you know, obviously we wanted to start at 8 a.m. this morning with our news and numbers show. Getting into the building was a little bit challenge. Obviously, you know, it was an early Monday morning, and so, you know, no excuses. The fault is mine. But that's the whole goal. It's like, you know, we're going to spend, you know, the mornings moving forward, you know, from 8 to 9 before we, you know, warm up for Web3 breakfast, you know, really looking at things, like I said, the news and the numbers, you know, what's going on in all the different ecosystems. How can we get more involved? How can we get more people involved to start, you know, being more cross-pollinating, as we learned last week. We want to cross-pollinate more. We're not, you know,
I think,
go ahead.
I think that's important. I think it's very important to be cross chain. I mean, and then you got all these other new chains coming up that are, like Caspa. You know what I'm saying? Caspa's a freaking, it could be a monster if it works and does what they say they're going to do.
That's true.
So what happens if that comes out and that has a layer 1 and it solves the tri-limit and everything can be solved on the layer 1 and you don't need layer 2s anymore. And then they come out with a smart contract and it runs faster than anything else. I'm just, it could happen. You know what I'm saying? It could happen. Crazier shit happen in the world, right?
That's interesting to think. Like, we're still looking at the potential for a layer 1 solution to take over, right? While Ethereum's building a layer 3, and everybody else is on a layer 2. But it's just it's fascinating where we're going to get all this stuff. Another blockchain that has started to really capture my attention. And maybe they're, targeting us a little bit more directly now, but Kadena. I got to learn more about Kadena. Now, I know when we went to the Cypherpunk conference down in Fort Lauderdale a couple weeks ago, that was put on by Flux. And the Kadena Mining Club was there. There were a bunch of people that are involved in the Kadena ecosystem. And from
what do you know about
Kadena? Do you? Okay.
But I do know that it was a pre-mined coin. So it was pre-mined and it's not like it's like Ethereum was pre-mined. When I mine cryptocurrency, because I'm a miner and I mined Casper from the start, so I was more involved with mining Casper. It was a high emission schedule. Casper was a fair launched coin to where it was mined and you can look at it all. But then Kadena was a pre-mined coin, which I like Kadena too. Which you know what I mean. I have no favoritism to proof of work and these newer upcoming coins coming around, which there's a lot of Kadena maxes out there, right? You know what I'm saying? Then you got your maxes of Ethereum and Cardano, but
can we just
I like Kadena.
I just want to be a blockchain maxi. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter what chain you're on, you're gonna be my friend and everybody's welcome to the show. Now I saw a couple thumbs down from Frank. Frank, if you want to come up here, Frank Fraxel, if you want to come up here and talk, because I see you got Kadena in the in the hashtag KDA in your bio, but come on up. So obviously I would love to hear more about it. I mean, everybody's opinions matter here. Everybody's thoughts and I guess your opinion. That's what we love about this show is you are allowed to talk about whatever you want. We just have the one rule. So come on, and again, so I got to learn more about Kadena. So is it Ryan? Is he who does the Kadena Mining Club? We had him on the show like a number of months ago.
I'm not quite sure myself. That would be a question for Frank, because he's like you said, he's hitting those emojis like AI. Where's my guy AI? I love my dude AI.
I think
AI for like 2 years.
AI and Turbo, I think, are together right now, so they may be under the same account. So when Turbo speaks, we might be able to hear a little from AI.
No, he's actually on the phone. He's doing some business right now. He got all kinds of things moving. And Jay, I was thinking about your comment about being a blockchain maxi. Mm-hmm. Bro, you know what makes it hard to be a blockchain maxi is that on each blockchain there's different things that are important. You know what I'm saying? Like each chain kind of has things that are important and that their community is going to be more kind of like pushed towards. When we think about it from a place of trying to make money. Right, like I'm not talking about just traditionally collecting and and having your things, because I probably got 150, 200 Cardano NFTs. You know what I'm saying? But I don't ever plan to sell them. I don't know what they're worth. They're like they're my first NFT that I had. You know what I'm saying? And they're valuable to me, right? But I wouldn't really know what's really cooking over in Cardano, because it's just, bro, there's so much to try to take in.
Yeah. Well, so that's, we've been talking, I've been talking with Turbo and Seven in the background, and, we're really going to start, obviously with the whole Chain Labs thing, that, we're building in the background and really, developing, with that, and I've been talking a little bit about this more and more lately, is that we're trying to find a lot more subject matter experts, right? So, if we find specific people that know the ins and outs of a specific blockchain, I mean, those are the people that we want to put into the roster to start doing, collaborations with and having these conversations with, and not only like the different blockchains. I mean, think about like the different verticals, like, like we want to, like we want to have someone who's an AI specialist. We want to have someone that is a specialist in Web3 music and Web3 gaming and all that stuff, so that when we have these conversations, a member of the club can represent us, at the high level, so that we are talking about all the right things and asking the right questions. And so, if it is, we're doing an AMA, with a specific blockchain or a project, that maybe it's not, just the headline news that we're going to be able to ask questions about. It's some of the deeper inner workings that, unless you're literally intimately involved with a project or a blockchain, you're not going to know these things. And so that's why I think, the subject matter experts are very important to the mission that, we're trying to accomplish. And so, and when we say get in where you fit in, I mean, it's even something like that. Like, you're a Kadena expert, like get at me, because we've got to start doing content about, Avalanche, Kadena, all these different, all these different projects and blockchains that, are really going to play a pivotal role in the next run. We want to know exactly what the heck is going on. And so, at the sake of stretching ourselves too thin, trying to know everything, it's time to start relying on our community and our network. Remember, our relationships is one of our currencies, man. So it's time to start flexing on that. So get ready. I will be reaching out and be putting posts out, trying to find these people and, asking our community, who do we know that does this? Who do we know that does that? And so that we can start to build this bigger picture, because at the end of the day, that's where we win the day, is by collaboration. The rising tide floats all boats. You guys are going to get sick of me saying all these stupid anecdotes and little expressions, but it is what it is. Corey, I know you had your hand up, and then let's get to issues.
Hey, GM. I was going to point out the notification that Watch a Guru just put out that Tether froze like 82 accounts or something like that.
Oh. Tether,
I didn't know they could do that.
Tether, to me, well, I mean, we found out, what is it, 2 weeks ago?
32 accounts.
32. Okay, so we found out, was it 2 weeks ago, that I think it was 47%, some stupid number, 42%, 47% of the circulating supply of Tether was printed by FTX Alameda. So I don't really know what the fate of Tether is going to be. I don't know what everybody else uses for a stable coin. I think USDC or what's the move? BUSD? Anyone?
I rug.
You rug, but you're back. What's up, love?
Is that Crypto Issues? Is that my guy?
Yeah, what up, dude? That's my guy. What up, AI? That's my dude. What's up, man? My Florida boy. I'm over here in Naples. Hanging out for you, bro. Trying to keep it real. You know what I mean?
Oh man, Naples, Florida has a very, very large part of my heart. You got the Blue Martini there, man.
Oh yeah, the Blue Martini. Yeah. That's in the Mercado.
Yep. Yeah, we grew up as a golfing family, and my grandfather had a place in Naples, and my uncle had a place in Naples. So we used to go a couple trips throughout the year down there.
Really? I live in Golden.
Nice.
I live in Golden Gate Estates, man.
Oh shit.
Out here. Yep.
Naples,
That's where I
Florida.
live at.
Shout out to Naples, Florida, man. Tell you what, spent a lot of days there. Man, I love it when the community gets together, because issues like, you've been rocking now in this community for what, like a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. And it's just when we start to find that, the connections run deep with, people that, are, whether they're OGs in this community or have been building with us for a long time. I just love to see our network really start to grow and find out that, we all know that this is a very small ecosystem, right? And that's why, like, with all the shade that people throw and the FUD and all that stuff, like, it just seems ridiculous, because at the end of the day, like, there's a really strong chance that a lot of us could be friends in the real world if we just stop being douchebags.
Oh, big facts, bro. Big facts. I mean, like, dude, and that's the thing. If you're here, you're one of us.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying this conversation, you're one of us.
Yeah. And don't mix my words here really quick. I know that I've been talking a lot of shit, trying to get Gabriel Haynes to agree to that fight for Karate Combat. I don't know if that's going to work or not anymore. I that I sent a message to George last night, like said, just take me off the card, man. Obviously, like, some people aren't being agreeable to what's happening. So we'll see what happens and all that. But I will be toning down the fight talk. I got a lot of, it was really crazy. I know we got to wrap up the chop shop so we can get to the show here in a second. But I took a lot of shit this weekend in my DMs because of how vocal I've been at trying to call him out for this fight. He's been very critical of a lot of things that we do for a long time. And people are saying, obviously it's not my typical rhetoric, right? Like, I'm a very positive person, but I just really quick to explain to the people that think that I've been an asshole, it's a fight. So if you would prefer me to send him flowers and like little love messages, I could do that if that makes everybody happy. But when you're trying to, get a boxing match going, you got to use different words than the typical positive stuff. So I apologize. I know it was uncharacteristic of me. I know that we spread peace and love and positivity here, but at the end of the day, it was we were trying to set up a fight and not a pillow fight, fist fight. So.
And can I just say, bro, real quick? I mean, just one last thing, and it's probably gonna come off me. But the dude, I cannot stand his face, man. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm gonna have to beat this guy because I feel bad, man.
It's all right. We don't want to. I don't like even the shit talking and all that stuff. Like, I don't really want to attack someone's looks. Like, that's a little extreme. Now,
all right, fine.
Now, hey, listen. I love that we Ellie in our group. I don't think she's here this morning, but Ellie is in our community, and she's an OnlyFans girl. And there was a fun exchange between her and Gabriel because Gabe's got some man boobs, right? And so he flaunts them. Like, that's the whole point of like his videos, and so he flaunts this. And so the two of them got to exchange a little back and forth about how they like to show their breasts online. I tell you what, like at the end of the day, like come on, man, that was funny. You gotta. There is good for it. And so I did, just so everybody knows, I did reach out to him. Oh, thank you. They're called moobs. Yes, if a man with breasts, they are boobs, moobs. But I did reach out to Gabe last night, and I got to follow up with him because he did respond. And so we'll have a conversation with him, let him know that we were poking a lot of that in fun just to get the beef going for the fight. But if it ain't happening, then it's time to tone that down. So. And speaking of toning things down, it's time to get into the show. Chop Shop ran a little bit long today, but it's Monday, man, right? Like, who cares? Like, we're going to have a little fun. Plus, we're talking about meme culture today. Is meme culture good or bad for the Web3 ecosystem? Now, when I say meme culture, is that, am I just talking about memes and pictures online? Are we talking about meme coins? I don't know. Let's talk about it all. I mean, I think everything's got its place here. And I think, with things like Pepe and, it started as a meme, turned into a coin. Now there's a lot more involved here in the ecosystem. Is stuff like that good or bad? Does that paint a positive or a negative picture into crypto and Web3? I can see the sides for both, but definitely looking forward to hearing what the community has to say, guys. So appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for tapping in. Speaking of tapping in, if you could tap down at the bottom right corner in the purple pill. Let's get some more folks in here. So retweet the space, and while you're in there, I mean, obviously, to hit the retweet or repost or whatever it's called. Just pop down into the comments and just what do you think about meme culture here in crypto? If you're not going to come up on stage and chat today, that is a-okay. Just drop a comment on the post and say if you think meme culture is good or bad. If you like meme coins, you don't like meme coins, it doesn't matter. Just something related to the conversation here, and let's get this thing going, baby.
Bro, so speaking of meme culture, right? I was at the gas station yesterday and I picked up a lighter, and the lighter says, "When someone screenshots your NFT." That's what the BIC says. And so I asked the lady, I was like, "Do you know what an NFT is?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, it's like a QR code or like something like that you use." And I was like, "Dang, man, that's so crazy." This is meme culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're starting to see it like leak into the real world now. Like, NFTs on a freaking big lighter, bro. That's like crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to take the side of good, and I hate to do it, but I think it is good for the ecosystem as a whole.
Well, I mean, I love to hear. I mean, it's exposure, right? Like people love drama. People like things that maybe aren't too serious. And so, we talk ourselves, and we've talked about this on the show before. But when we're approaching people about the whole blockchain or Web3, and we just get so excited, and most of the time it goes over their head. But if we could maybe think, maybe people, memes resonate with people. Maybe we do have to break it down, make it a little bit more fun, funny, and exciting for people to really resonate with it. Let's go to modern Canada. CDN, but I see that you're the modern Canadian, and then we'll go to Caesar.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely, man. GM, how are you doing today?
Good morning. I don't know about you guys, but I'm 35, and when it comes to memes, I feel like the boomer. I don't know if anybody feels the same way.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm 41, and I feel memes. Memes like the pictures with words on them. That's not my my biggest forte, I think, in this ecosystem. But I do love to laugh at them. But I'm definitely a boomer with you, man. Caesar. Oh,
yeah, maybe I can
learn
learn something new.
Does that mean bad then?
No, it's just different, right?
Oh. Okay.
No, I mean, I don't understand the culture. I wouldn't be able to create one that I think would get any activity on it.
Well, you never know, man. You never know what's going to hit. With memes and if you want, the people that like to put those things together. I mean, that's the whole. You just throw some shit on the wall and see what sticks, right? You just keep trying until you figure out what people like. So, Caesar, what you got for us, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. So my thoughts on memes is that I think it's like comedy, right? It serves the same purpose, and I don't know if somebody already mentioned this, but one of the reasons why I think it's so powerful is that it can allow people to kind of level, especially people that sometimes don't maybe don't look at something seriously. So in this example, like memes in crypto, it might allow someone who maybe was looking down on crypto or had a negative view of it, but it breaks down some of those boundaries, just like comedy, right? So I just think it's interesting. I think it's a powerful thing. I think memes have a place not just in crypto, but in our larger world, to be honest, because I think it allows you to call out things. You can talk about subjects that are, you can almost say taboo or whatever, but you're able to do a meme about it, and it can sometimes open up a conversation. So just like comedy, I mean, I think it's powerful. It's humor. Humor brings people together. Laughing brings people together. And it goes across all boundaries, all borders. It's an amazing thing, and it just allows people to, in a way, see each other as, hey, we're just humans at the end of the day. Hey, we're both laughing. We're having a good time. You forget about all the things that in our day-to-day lives cause us to get divided or think that we're somehow in different camps, right? So I think we need to look at memes as a tool and continue to use it as a tool for good. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I know it can make sometimes give that perception of childishness or whatever, but so does comedy. So I think we just embrace it. We just say, hey, it's just part of having fun, lowering people's guards, allowing people to relate to each other. And at the end of the day, it's community building, I think. So,
man, I that's a great perspective, man. I really like that. And it's true, right? If it's funny, it's funny. And humor is borderless. To some extent, right? Obviously there are things, that you can and can't say throughout the world. And you could, just trying to be funny or whatever could get you in trouble in some places throughout the world. But, for the most part, man, I love that perspective, Caesar. Love that. All right. And speaking of things that we love, Corey.
Yes.
Coach Corey, where you at, dog?
Oh, this is the new halfway time, 9:30?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, it's workout time.
Oh, damn, we didn't send you a whistle. Damn it. We got to get on that
I was just
week.
reminded.
All right.
Hey, yeah, because let's go to can we go to that things to remember and get an etched one that's been filmed with his name on it, maybe his favorite NFT project or something.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get it engraved so it says Coach Corey, and then on the sides of the whistles, it'll have the Web3 breakfast logo, and we'll get
it. Just needs to be a waffle whistle.
A waffle whistle. And we're gonna have to get this thing on a blinged out chain, man, because you're gonna be rocking a gangster chain with a waffle whistle pretty soon.
What's that game?
He ain't got the gangster chain with the Jesus piece, that big ass Jesus piece he rock. I ain't even with it. I'm telling you that right now. So he can have the waffle chain with the Jesus piece in the middle. You remember the one waffle that looked like Jesus, the toast that came out looking like Jesus? We gonna get him one like that. Here we go.
All right, it's time to get those
problem solved.
Time to get that heart rate up, get that blood pumping, guys. This is the halfway point. So remember, we like to have healthy minds, healthy bodies, and healthy portfolios. So this is the time where we take care of those healthy bodies, get that workout in. And this is the old intro song. And what I love about this being our workout is that it's got everything you need to be doing for this show. So make sure that you listen closely, and if you got any questions after the workout, make sure that you pop up on here and ask us.
Let's go. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 breakfast, Jay James is the host. Good morning. What's up, Jay James? Turbo made it co-hosting. Yeah, they do their thing. If you savvy Web3, GM, grab a plate and a seat. Let's begin. If you got something to say, come and grab a mic. We got one rule, no douchebags. Alright. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Monday through Friday, we got the Soro. 10 a.m. Eastern Spaces with the purpose. All about the community focus, they deserve it. Come and speak your mind with no regrets, but you serve us. Pizza on Friday, work it off midway. Get the blood pumping, Web3 music is thumping. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 breakfast, Jay James is the host. The retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Got a text message from 7 during that. Yeah, we're going to have to change that now that the show starts at 9 a.m., not 10 a.m. That was a lie, so apologies for lying to you this morning. We'll get that squared away, though. You know what I'm saying? I love those Monday morning workouts, dog.
Dude, that felt great. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You know what I mean? Especially get to do it with somebody in real life. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a workout partner, find somebody. You know what I mean? Just somebody that can help keep you accountable, keep you motivated. You know, without looking over at I love, and he was down there struggling. I said, come on, bro. One more.
During did not just say I was struggling. Oh my God.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, during the workout break, I saw a comment coming from Noxie over on YouTube. The iShares BlackRock Spot ETF was just approved. Guys, get ready.
Oh my God, guys. Oh, I am so excited for this shit. You talk about fucking bull run from hell. This is gonna be insane to watch.
So what do you think? We got about 6 months until that thing is. And Matthew, if you want to come up, because I know you know a lot about this, and I think we talked about this before, but it's about a 6-month process from approval to market launch, right? Does anybody know?
But a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that, so they're going to use this.
What do you? I'm sorry.
They're going to use this as a hoax to do those fake ass bull runs and think it's going to make everybody think, because they're going to push this on everyone that's in crypto right now and that doesn't know that it takes a good chunk of time for it to kick in. So they're going to use this as here comes the bull run, and then drop that motherfucker deck down, and then here it comes down, guys, and just drop it down. It's going to be like a stepping stone until it actually gets fucking knocked out, because once it does, it's never going to stop going up.
Yeah, up only pretty soon here. Crazy. Modern Canadian. What you got? And then we'll swing on over to Matthew.
So I think everybody can resonate with this. It was the first time I actually made a buy and it went up instead of down.
Hey, good for you. Congratulations. Let's we all know the pain points of really trying to buy crypto. And then as soon as you do, the price tanks. So congratulations, man. I know that those are those moments are few and far between.
Jay, did you look at the chart for Bitcoin?
No.
29,000 right now.
What's that?
29,000. It just shot straight up.
Oh shit! Sure, we had those longs in.
Everything's pumping, guys. I put in longs last night. I am way up right now, doing pretty good. So, yeah,
we'll get there.
To the comment earlier about the 6-month process.
Mm-hmm.
I still think everything's gonna pump hard, guys, because I think the average guy is gonna want to get in before institutional money gets in. So, in my opinion, I still think we're gonna be on an uptrend, even if it takes 6 months. So,
I think that's what the whole.
Whoa!
He's on a heavy machine.
A tractor.
I think the whole purpose is exactly who was that? Caesar just said. It's to kind of net the traditional guy in. Like, this news is not institutional news. This is retail news. This is news that you tell your average investor who doesn't have the kind of money to move the market, and then you draw them in. And if they're saying it's a 6-month approval, is that what I'm hearing, or did it get approved?
So
because if it's a 6.
Technically, what I'm seeing here is that technically it's not approved, but they didn't deny the exchange of Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust to a spot ETF. So what this means, as far as I can tell, is that they had a window to basically argue against the fact that Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which is not an ETF, but instead trades kind of like an ownership stake of a company that owns Bitcoin, is now it's that they basically didn't deny it, which means that there's going to be a potential wave of other ones that are coming in. It's fantastic and bullish news, but
yeah,
that's what it seems like. It seems like this was the door that opened. It just opened the door. Like they're gonna give us all the juice now. I see every big hedge fund throwing out another one and another one in the next 3 months. We'll get bigger news like, oh, you thought this one was going to be awesome. This ETF is even better because it's these couple of people that are doing it. Like, everybody that's sitting on in hedge fund money right now is going to jump into the crypto space once their hedge fund is in the crypto space. Like, that's that is the stage of where we're at right now, I guess.
So let me ask you a question. Like, we've been talking, and a lot of people also agreed that, it was going to be the Web3 gaming that was the largest catalyst of mass adoption for the blockchain ecosystem. We were always thinking that these things were just going to be delayed and denied and all that stuff. But if we start to really see these ETFs, come on, in big time, is this going to be it? I mean, obviously these are the master manipulators. They've screwed the legacy financial system, and everybody wanted them. Everybody says we need institutional money, we need our ETFs, we need all this stuff. Bozos, we're all going to lose.
Well, I mean, the ETF coming out to be the mass adopter for cryptocurrency, that would nobody saw that coming. You know what I'm saying? At least I didn't, and I didn't hear nobody talking about it. Maybe Matthew and his circles, you know what I'm saying, being up there as a big cheese, But if ETFs is the thing that caused the mass adoption, I think it's going to completely change the ecosystem and how we look at it if we come in this way versus gaming or another route. But I do see Modern has his hand up. What up, Modern?
Hello. Yeah, for with the ETFs, I'm wondering, does GBTC now go on the list for the ones waiting for approval, or does this kind of skip because they've been around even before BlackRock's?
So they're actually in an interesting position because the SEC has denied them the ability to switch their fund to a spot Bitcoin ETF. And what this means is that while they're not necessarily first in line, there's going to be a batch of ETFs that will get approved, it sounds like. And the big thing for GBTC is that they'll be able to convert their shares. Like, basically you'll convert your shares however they're going to convert them into a spot Bitcoin ETF, which just kind of is great for them because they're like the closest to it, but they're so clunky in terms of how they're valued and how their prices work. So I think it'll be really beneficial for them. One thing to really note here too, and we talk about this from an adoption, quote unquote, adoption perspective. This does not mean that crypto is now easier for people to use. It means that institutions they have to buy Bitcoin in order to use these spot Bitcoin ETFs. So spot means that they must own that asset in order for them to be able to trade on it. And it means that people don't actually have to worry about their keys or their coins or anything like that. Like they're still not going to own Bitcoin, but they're going to have access to it from an investment perspective. And the reason that's a really big deal is because we talk about money on a retail level. Like my $100 is nothing compared to the pension funds, the endowment funds, the hedge funds, like all these insurance funds, like all these institutions that have cash sitting on the sides that can't expose any of their money to this kind of ecosystem. So these catalysts from all these different financial institutions are going to let that money access Bitcoin, which again does not make it easier or clunkier or like any less user friendly, but it just means that a very, very rare or tough to get or procure asset won't be left for a bunch of retailers. It's going to be gobbled up by massive institutions.
When can we?
I got a question.
Really quick. When can we make sure that the banks do the same thing with our money, right? Because they don't actually have to hold any of it, but they can play with the numbers and.
Well, speaking as somebody who was in charge of the calculators for Union Bank, a Japanese bank, in the liquidity crunch kind of crisis post 2008, they do have liquidity risk standards. They do have liquidity standards that they must abide by. What happened from the bank failures was not a fact that they had low liquidity. It was because they had marked accounts that were out, like 10-year loans that they were taking that got like wiped out. So they didn't have the money to cover that, but it wasn't that they didn't have investor money, which is also illegal. So you're right, Jay, the banks will need to be a little bit more user friendly as well. But I think that's another political issue.
We'll talk about that one.
That was a great question. That was a good one. Mine was a little different, Jay. Mine was just, is adoption buying or using?
Both.
Right? Like if tons and tons of people are buying, is that not adoption?
Both. Yeah, absolutely.
Or do you have to buy it and use it?
No, because the whole idea with a lot of crypto is to buy and hold it. Now that's the speculation side of it, right? That's the gambling aspect of it, because the ecosystem is so young, and you wouldn't want to sell, an investment early anyway. But no, I think honestly, like that's what makes the whole thing go round. I mean, you need buyers. And you also need participants. I mean, that makes this a full-fledged economy and ecosystem. Is if it's not just people buying and hanging on. You need people to utilize it. You need people to be selling. Like it has to be, to get a buy, you need to sell, right? Like, in my opinion, you need both. You need participants, and you need like large-scale buying. Shit. Well,
be a real problem.
Darn it.
Well, the problem is that if we don't get the users in, and we only get the buyers, and they're buying and holding and leveraging it at a traditional, like at what we would say consider traditional, then
maybe.
But from there was a great article about the Bitcoin Lightning Network that had over a 1,200% usage in accounts and transaction volume over the past 2 years, despite being in a bear market. Like the Bitcoin, like people forget that the Bitcoin Lightning Network is actually going to be a huge catalyst for us. If we are, I know Jay is still waiting on his Bitcoin transaction to finish, but pretty soon that's going to be like a thing of the past, and all these things are going to be so interoperable that you'll be able to settle stuff. Like I'm not concerned about the timing. I'm concerned about like the utility and how people are going to use it. But the fact that you're going to have pension funds and insurance funds being able to hold this as a mechanism is just unparalleled in what we know today.
Well, and don't forget that there's not a single market, guys, that doesn't have sellers, no matter how old or how established it is. There's always a real estate seller. There's always a stock market seller. There's always people selling Forex. It's just how it works, right? Anytime there's a buyer, there's a seller. So mass adoption will naturally have high daily trading volume and activity. It's just the way it works. There is no market you can point to where there's only buyers. I don't care how old it is, how established it is, how anything. There's always both. There's equal on both sides.
I was going to say, I was going to say the drug trade, but now I guess at the end of the day, there are sellers.
Yeah, all trade. I was about to say all trade. Ain't just the drug trade. It's the love trade. It's the thug trade. It's all the trades. You know, it's absolutely right. Wherever there is a supply, a demand, there will be a supply that will follow. You know, it just follows suit. It's the natural order of what we expect in life. And, you know, just to go back to this traditional retail, institutional news, just keep your eyes peeled, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I've been in this industry for a long enough time to see how they use the media to pump a narrative, just to dump the narrative, you know, so don't, you know, if you're in a position and you're trying to, you know, you're just barely making it, you're trying to figure it out, do your due diligence and set your metrics in place, you know, and go with a plan. Fuck your emotions. I tried to tell my cousin yesterday, forget your emotions, go with your plan. If your plan says, oh, when we make $100, I'm out. When you make that $100, you get up out of there, you know?
Yeah. Issues. I want to come over to you in just a second, but Matthew, let me ask you a question. What would be if you had a client come to you and say, hey, listen, you know, I'm very well familiar and buy the rumor, sell the news kind of stuff. This seems like it might be an opportunity to sell what I've got and sit on the sidelines and maybe wait for a consolidation to come back down to earth. Would you recommend anybody, and maybe not sell your whole bag, but, you know, maybe a portion of it to get, whether it's your initial investment, some kind of profit? I don't know. Is today a take profit news kind of event, or is this just keep diamond handing, baby?
I think the hardest part about this is that nobody has any money anymore. If this was me, like, quite honestly, like,
why are you talking about me like that?
Hey, why you got to call me out, Matthew, dog? Shit.
I think the real, like, you know, first and foremost, I would not trade this. Like, this is so much bigger than everybody at this point, where, like, yeah, you'll scalp here and there, but if anything, this is like any reason to plow capital that you have on the sidelines into this as not a mechanism of trade. And I say this, like, very consistently. We aim to build and grow wealth for the long term. What's happening right now is the most important thing in this ecosystem, which is not price go up, but unconditional validation that this technology is here to stay, that we're using it, that people and large institutions are going to be bringing billions, if not trillions of dollars into using this technology. Forget what the price is today. If I had a bag of money, I'd just go buy as much of it as I could, because I still think it's undervalued. I think it's undervalued at 50. I think it's undervalued at 60. I think it's undervalued at $100,000 only if, and that's Bitcoin, only if you have the right use cases. And it's things like this that make me actually feel comfortable about the price. Like, okay, let's go keep building. Let's go keep doing our thing. Like, let's not worry about this as like news. But when the Bitcoin futures ETF or the Ethereum ETF happened, right, those are kind of nothing burgers, and they actually depress the price for a little bit of time. So worry about where this pump and manipulation is going to go, because you've got whales moving money all around, and they're scalping different than you're scalping. I'm scalping for 10, 20, $100. They're scalping for 10, 20, $100 million. And that's crazy money for them to be scalping.
Yeah. Well, they know it's there. And you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I know you tried to correct yourself at the end there, Matthew, but, you know, Ethereum to 100,000, very conservative guess by our resident financial advisor. So,
dude, I'm fired up after hearing that, man. Jeez, but I want to go, like, take over the world right now. Like, goodness gracious.
It's celebratory. Like, it's a good time. Like, I think this is a great, you know, for people that have been here, Jay and Turbo, and like all of this community that have been here through these days of down and continuous down and all this kind of stuff, this is a moment of celebration and a pat on your back that, like, we knew that this is something that's important to us, that's meaningful, and that sooner or later people are going to start recognizing as a really valuable piece of technology and a way to transmit value. And I think that this is just you know, you did your due diligence, you've done your homework, you understand what it is, and you're here every day. And I think that's really important. And, like, this is just another thing for us to kind of say, okay, let's keep going. It's not over by any means. It's a marathon. You know, figure out how you can keep building and contributing.
I love that. I think, you know, honestly, like, Matthew, when you said, like, this was the validation moment, you know, at that point I started, like, really thinking in my head, and internally I got my heart racing. You know why? Because now this is validation, and what you just said there makes me feel even better. I've got people in my family who thought that I was a fucking idiot for sticking around this blockchain ecosystem for so long. Like, for so long, right? Like, I've taken shit from people in my, you know, not my, you know, my blood, but my, you know, my extended family for being a bozo, you know, with this stupid industry that you're in. Well, guess what? Maybe the joke's on you now. Should have got in when we got in.
Oh, geez. Man, you ain't never lie. Issues, you got your hand up, family.
Yeah, am I the only one that's absolutely fucking excited right now about this shit getting excited?
Are you listening to this show?
Like now I just need, the influx of people to come in because the Bitcoin ETF, and they start figuring out what NFTs are, and then they just start being my exit liquidity a little bit, right? I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
No. The entire live stream. I don't know if I did or didn't. We'll see. So maybe the people on YouTube didn't get that. But I'm working on the iPad. We're trying to get the whole studio squared away. I don't think we got the computer in and everything over the weekend. So because my computer went back to my desk to set up, and so that was my bad. If you guys were expecting a little pump it up on the live stream, my bad. I killed the stream somehow, but we're back. But I tell you what, man, it's been a while. It's been a while since we've been able to play that song and actually feel the emotion and the juice from it.
Bro, that brought a tear to my eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like those days. I mean, like, bro, like, I mean, I lost my family. I lost everything to this shit. You know what I'm saying? And now, like, we get to freaking stand up and be like, yo, like, we was right. I tried to tell y'all, we're gonna change the freaking world, man. Those were the greatest times. Golly, Seven, what's up, man?
Repeat after me, guys. The money will come. The money will come. The money will come. I promise you. It's coming, and it's not going to stop coming. Just keep pushing. Don't stop.
That's all we can do.
I literally chucked in like $10,000 into Ethereum this morning. Like yesterday, I had stablecoin in my Ethereum wallet, and I just like chucked it in there. So hopefully we get some nice big pumps. You know what I'm saying? I did buy a D-God, you know what I'm saying? But besides that, I still got plenty. You know what I mean? Well, let's go, man.
Let's
I'm a fucking
freaking
DJ. Whatever.
go.
Who cares?
I love this. I love the excitement, guys. This is, it's been, and whether this is, the actual kickoff, that was something, it's up for debate, right? And obviously, I think the true number is, anytime you see a 20% increase over a previous low is considered a bull run, right? But who knows if this is like, where we're actually at or not. And if you do look at, Matthew, you could, you could probably help us with this, a little bit. And we got to be careful where, we're seeing things go in the future. But, if we look at what last November to now, Bitcoin's up like 40%, maybe a little bit more. We've seen it go up a little bit higher, obviously, fluctuate a little bit here and there. But is this technically, are we in the bull run? Is this like the pre-bull run? Like, where do you think we guys are? Where do you think we're at? And I think, over the next couple of days, we can have these conversations and really as a community, strategize on what our next moves are. Like, are you holding? Are you selling? Are you taking profits? Are you waiting on the sidelines with your dry powder? What's everybody doing? What's the move? Because, everybody's got their own strategy and, what it's going to take to win for one person is going to be different for the other. And I'm super excited to hear everybody's strategies, as we get more excited. And maybe that pump it up is going to be a little bit more regular on the show. I freaking hope. Has anybody got anything else to add? I know, we got a few more minutes, but like the principal, sometimes you gotta get out of class a little early.
Nah, man. Hey, I just, man, sitting here with AI Love, we had a little moment there while we were on mute. It's just like, bro, we came into this space in wave 2, right at the freaking end of the bull. Like, we was everybody's extra liquidity. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take me out to McDonald's, that'd be great. But now, bro, like, we're gonna go into this new bull. We get to bring everything that we said we were gonna bring. All the love, all the world changing stuff, holding people's feet to the fire. Bro, this is the time, man. I couldn't be more excited.
There we go. Well, I sure appreciate you guys being here. I know we started an hour earlier today. Tomorrow we'll actually going to be starting at 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, and that's going to be specifically. We'll see if we do a space for that. The point of that is really to do news and numbers, and so that will for sure be on the live stream. And maybe if we do a space for the first couple of days, we'll just queue it in so people could listen if they want to tap in, and then eventually, we'll be able to engage with the community more during that part of it. But starting tomorrow, we are going to do the 8 a.m. news and numbers stream, getting ready for the day, looking at articles, looking at floor prices, trying to start to track, where we've got these opportunities that we're going to find, over the course of the next several months. So appreciate you all tapping in today. Have a great rest of your Monday. Remember, this is the day, and this is how I do my weeks. And I hope that you guys, do something similar or whatever. But, Mondays are the days that you set your goals for the week, right? And you got to put your systems in place to meet those goals, or else you might just flounder throughout the whole week. So make sure that you guys get your goals in. Tell yourself what you want to accomplish this week and fucking do it. Because guess what? It's time. It's time to step up, take take life by the reins, and push things forward. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for more Web3 Breakfast, 4 p.m. Eastern. We got Crypto Crossfire on the Ben Armstrong channel. So make sure you guys tap in for that. And 5 p.m. Eastern tonight, we'll be dropping our first pre-record on basically what is Web3. So have a great day, guys, and we'll see you later.